2019 marks the 125th anniversary of the Legislative Library, and we as a province are lucky it was created because it eventually became the BC Archives. Veronica Cooper explains.
This particular book is an early version of Vancouver's journals or diaries.
Published in 1798 and safely preserved at the BC Archives, which marks a milestone birthday this year.
125 years ago, the Legislative Library was established through legislation, which is essentially the start of what is now the BC Archives.
R.E. Gosnell was appointed the first legislative librarian. Right away, he began working to collect historical data.
So we put out a call to the province to have people donate information and records, pamphlets, any historical documentation, colonial records, to start collecting those and preserving those for the province.
Because a lot of this documentation had been going back to the UK.
Not everybody stayed in the province when the province joined Confederation. So some people went back to England and they took their records with them. Some of the things that R.E. Gosnell managed to collect during his time included some of the books that make up our Northwest Coast historical collection, particularly of early explorers like Vancouver and Cook. This one's particularly old and fragile.
And government records.
One of the things that he was really excited to find was the minute books of the Vancouver Island Council, so the first, the colonial government of Vancouver Island.
Of course, the BC Archives collections continue to grow.
We collect photographs, so we have over 5 million photographs in our collections. We also have audiovisual materials. Audio sound recordings might be people that have done interviews, oral history interviews, or they might be music, or radio shows that were done in the past.
Nevertheless.
News shows. Same with moving picture images, maps, architectural drawings and plans.
And government ministries regularly transfer boxes of material.
We have a whole team of archivists that manage processing those records and making sure that they're available to the public.
Learn more about the history of the BC Archives and the Royal BC Museum in this recently published book, The Collectors.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, bringing British Columbia's stories together.